car 14, mile 31 north on Hudson Boulevard. Stopping speeding station wagon answering description. Occupants, Emily and Winifred Higgins. Released after warning.
Car 9, nothing to report. Going south on Expressway.
Car 7 reporting from River and Main. Box station wagon. Answering description examined. Owner objected to search, but identity verified as barber shop proprietor. No connection to assault.
We've had 30 reports on station wagons answering that description. We're going to have 130 for the night's over.
Which means we don't have a very good description of the car.
Well, at least you got a description of the guy.
Yeah, Calvin gave us a description. He's, what, 165 pounds approximately? Dark brown hair, kind of wiry.
Unfortunately, it was too dark for him to give us much more about the man.
Yeah, it was too dark for Calvin to see the guy coming from behind him, getting ready to slug him.
Well, it doesn't seem to have slowed Mr. Stoner down at all.
Calvin, what are you doing out of bed?
Against orders, Calvin. Doctor's orders.
What are you trying to do, bite the bullet?
Look, I just cannot lie down in that infirmary any longer. I mean, my head just hurts more every time I think of Deborah out there with that man.
Now, what good do you think you're going to do up here?
I don't know, but I have to be here, that's all.
Sure, Calvin, sure. The more the merrier.
Merrier. Hell, it looks like a wake.
Chief, you may want to hear this one again. Car 11, repeat message, please.
Station wagon answering description seen leaving Expressway turning right on Lincoln Woods Road. Knocked over mailbox. Woman complainant called in description of driver. Dark, well-dressed. License number, first 3 numbers only. 684.
What do you think?
Let us check it out.
Let's go. Do it.
Well, here we are, baby. I told you it wouldn't take too long. What's the matter, honey? Trying to tell me something? Don't worry, I'll take off that gag. How else am I gonna kiss that pretty little mouth of yours? Go ahead, scream if you want to. Nobody around to hear you for miles. As a matter of fact, I kind of like it when you do yell.
I feel sick.
Well, you had a bumpy ride. Boy, did you hear that thump when I knocked into that mailbox? Some old lady came running out of the house like I just knocked over the baby carriage.
Sick. I have a fever.
I got one too, Red. For you.
No.
You're pretty strong for someone who's sick.
No. Stop it. I'm a police officer.
I know. Your friend showed me your bag.
What did you do with him?
I kissed him goodnight with this.
I didn't hear a shot.
I just said I kissed him. Behind the pet. Like this. Don't make me do that to you, Red.
Please don't.
I like my women conscious.
Don't do this. Don't touch me. You're gonna be sorry.
Why, because you're a cop? Honey, that makes it double the pleasure.
Calvin wasn't the only cop there, you know. There were 6 or 7 other detectives in that park staked out waiting for you.
For me? What for?
They're after you, man. For assaulting those other women. They know all about you. They're following you right now.
You got it all wrong, Red. There's only one woman I care about, and I care about you a lot.
Don't, please, don't. I'm sick. I'm infectious.
You what?
Look at me. Real good. Do I really look that good to you?
You do look kind of washed out, but
Feel
it'll pump
me.
you right. What?
Feel my forehead. Come on, feel it.
I don't know. What do I know about that?
It's a fever, man. It's a fever. You better know about it. Or you won't have long for this world.
You do look kind of sick. What's the matter with you?
They don't know. But it's deadly. Look at me. Look at my eyes. Can't you tell?
Yeah, well, they do look kind of bloodshot, all right.
They wanted to put me in a hospital. In the isolation ward. Where all the doctors and nurses have to wear masks. They wouldn't even touch me without gloves. Feel me. See?
Well, if you're so sick, what were you doing out there?
I couldn't give in to it. But I feel like I'm getting worse. I feel like I'm gonna die if I don't get to a hospital soon. Please. Please. What if I do die? Please don't take you with me.
You ain't taking me nowhere.
Don't. No, stop it, please. Please, I'm sick. Don't you understand?
Shut up.
Help! Help!
You stay here on your own, baby. And rot.
Hello? Yes, it is. Who's that?
Who is it, Nancy?
Just a minute, please. It's for me. I'm sorry. Hello? Well, yes, I suppose it'll have to be. Well, I'm usually there about 9 o'clock, 9:15 the latest. I think I can manage to be there at that time. Where do you want to meet? Uh-huh. I think I can remember that. Now, how will I know you? Oh. All right, then. Thanks very much. See you tomorrow. Right, goodbye. Oh, sorry, honey. It's somebody you have to see for the newspaper tomorrow. I'm sorry it woke you up.
Somebody you have to meet.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't be your friendly neighborhood pusher, would it?
Oh, how do you know I never take anything stronger than aspirin?
You know what I'm talking about. That feature article you're doing for the news. That was your contact, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Steve Guthrie is helping me, Mike. He said that he knew somebody who could get the word out.
So the word got through to our caller, is that it?
Mm-hmm.
If I heard correctly, he didn't give you his name.
Nope.
And despite that, you're still willing to meet this guy, a complete stranger, with a criminal record, probably, in some out-of-the-way place.
Sweetheart, he knows I'm perfectly harmless.
But is he?
Sweetheart, I told you, I'm not going to take any risks. Steve Guthrie told this man who I am and what I'm after, and that I have absolutely no connection with the police.
Are you sure your connection knows that?
Well, I don't think he would have called if he didn't. And if he has an ounce of brains, which I'm sure he has, he would have checked to see who Nancy Karr is before he made the call.
Well, you may be giving him too much credit. He might think you're just another customer.
Well, when I see the man tomorrow, I'll just tell him what I have on my mind.
A full confession. Exactly what the police would have in mind if they talk to this guy.
Honey, it's for a newspaper story.
Are you sure that he'll appreciate that difference? A confession is a confession. This guy could wind up behind bars. You know, tomorrow I think I'm going to talk to Bill Marcel and ask him...
Oh,
Force of habit, I guess. Well, I'll talk to Chief Mallory and ask him to provide you with police protection.
You do that, and that'll be the end of everything. If they're seen there...
They could take care of you without being seen.
Oh, darling, please don't worry so much. I'm not meeting him at an out-of-the-way place. It's a bar on Commodore Avenue.
What's the name of the bar? Nancy?
Well, I just have a sneaking suspicion that if I tell you where it is, I won't be the only one there.
Well, you can't blame me for worrying. Darling, if anything happened to you...
Sweetheart, you have taken far greater risks than this.
Yes, but you're a...
Oh, what? A defenseless woman?
I was going to say, you're my wife. And I love you, and I need you. And I don't like the idea of your taking any kind of a chance, whether it's crossing the street against a red light or meeting a pusher in some bar.
Well, if you promise not to interfere, I will tell you. No, you have to promise.
All right.
Okay, it's a place called Terry's, and it's on Commodore Avenue between 8th and 9th. Do you know it? Well, anyway, I plan to get there well ahead of our appointment to get a table right up front where it's safe. And I'm not going to say or do anything to make the man upset. Now, that's my promise to you.
Well, I don't suppose he'll be anxious for any trouble, especially knowing that you're a reporter.
Well, he doesn't know that exactly.
I thought you just told me that he knows what you want.
Honey, I wasn't sure anybody would be interested in doing what I wanted to do if they knew that, so, well, for the time being, I'm looking for merchandise.
So he does think that you're a customer.
Yes, for now, he does. Tomorrow, I'll tell him the truth. Oh, honey, please, let's get some sleep.
I think I'm going to take my promise back.
Don't you dare! Oh, sweetheart, please don't worry so much. I love you.
I think you're crazy. You should be flat on your back, letting that cracked skull of yours heal.
Yeah, well, I'm doing this for your sake, you know. I figured you'd be cracking up by now.
That's right, I know. Every time I think about Deborah and what might be happening to her, I get shivers inside my body so much I can't stop shaking.
Yeah, you look pretty shaky to me right now.
Yeah, well, I can't stop thinking about Deborah. I hope this tip we got's good. I hope we're not going in the wrong direction.
You know, Steve, there's one other thing that's been just on my mind. I just can't stop thinking that if it hadn't been for me, this maniac wouldn't have his hands on
Would you knock it off? Would you just knock it off? I don't want any guilt trip from you. You got slugged from behind.
Yeah, but look, I am no rookie. I mean, I should never have let a thing like that get by me.
Damn right, you shouldn't have. I think your brain could suffer too many blows to the head. Come on, man. Just knock off the jazz about all the guilt. Let's just concentrate on finding Deborah. Soon. Please, God. Soon.
I want you to call the police barracks at Fieldmore. Tell them everything we know about this.
5 cc.
Damn it, I don't care if you have to call out the Marines. Listen, I'm not just talking about a civilian abduction.
Tell me exactly when.
I'm talking about a police officer in the hands of a homicidal maniac.
All right. We'll start the idea.
And if it makes your blood get stirred up even more, this officer happens to be a woman.
20 per hour.
Well, I just thought that might get...
Yeah.
All right. I'll be waiting.
What about Dr. Weiss? You at the hospital? No. Better not wait. I'll come there and see what I can do. Say about 20 minutes. Right. Ready, gotta go.
It's okay. There's not much happening here.
Something happening at the hospital, unfortunately. A patient of mine is relapsing. I'll try to stay in touch here.
Call anytime. Just don't expect good news.
Well, I'm not going to expect bad either.
You're an optimist, Doctor. Quickest way to the parking lot is through that door.
Thanks.
Okay.
Anything more from cars 3 and 9?
No, sir. They're still headed out for the Lincoln Woods Road. Oh, but here's something that might interest you. Officer Wexler reported a woman complainant in Monticello Park. Says a man attacked her right around the spot where the other 3 assaults took place.
4 if you count Saxon. But this one seems to have gotten away, huh?
Could be another guy.
It looks like it. There's more than one nut in this town. All right, keep me posted. I'm going back to my office.
Right.
Oh, Contact Guthrie and Stoner. Tell them that new information we have on the license plate number.
Will do. Control car to number 3.
Control car to number 3. Come in.
Car 3.
Guthrie. Message from Chief Mallory.
Yeah, good or bad news?
Good. Lieutenant Svengali went to work on that guy who spotted the station wagon right after Detective Saxon's disappearance. Yeah, he hypnotized him into remembering some of the license numbers.
Well, if you've got the numbers, how come there's not an APB on it?
Relax. Svensson only got 3 numbers out of the guy, and they weren't in the same order as the numbers we have. But we thought it was encouraging.
So the station wagon we're looking for could be the one.
That's the message. Good or bad.
Yeah, well, it all depends on whether we find it.
Yeah, and how soon?
10-4.
I can assure you, Commissioner, though we have every available man and vehicle on this case, we're not depleting the resources of the department. No, I don't want to be accused of dropping everything for one missing officer either. But believe me, if I could, that's exactly what I'd do. You're damn right I value her. She's a cop, isn't she? Come on in.
Oh, excuse me. They told me Miles was in here.
Commissioner, look, I've got somebody in front of me. If that's all you wanted to know. Okay. Okay. Miles was here, but he's left.
Okay, good. Well, listen, I know you're very busy, Derek.
No, Nicole, please. Please don't go. If I don't take a break for 2 minutes, I'm going to start walking into walls. You know what's been happening.
Of course I know what's been happening. That's why I'm here. It's official business for WMON.
You won't get much of a story in this department. We know very little.
No, thank you. I've got my story. I talked to Lieutenant Swenson.
Lieutenant Swenson. He uses hypnotism to try to get witnesses to remember more than they think they do. All the guys call him Lieutenant Svengali.
He told me that you're pretty sure you've got the station wagon spotted.
Well, we think we have it identified. Spotting it's another matter.
Well, at least you know that this is the car that the assailant is using.
Yes, if he is the assailant.
What?
Something peculiar just happened. I got this. It seems as if there's another woman who's been attacked in Monticello Park this evening. She's all right, but the description of her assailant doesn't match the one Calvin gave, but it does match the description the other 3 women gave.
You mean that there's more than one?
Apparently so. Doesn't matter, though. The only thing that matters is getting Saxon back alive, if possible.
You really do care about her, don't you?
Of course I care about her. She's one of my officers.
No, that's not what I mean. I mean, you care about her as a person, don't you? You're not nearly as cold-blooded as you want people to think you are. I realized that about you the first time I met you.
Feminine intuition, huh?
Well, I don't think it has anything to do with being female.
I think it does. Especially when you're as female as you are.
You know, coming from you, I don't even know if I should take that as a compliment.
Just take it as a fact.
What about this man in the park? I mean, if he is the one that Deborah was after originally, who is this abductor?
Your guess is as good as mine, Nicole.
Listen, man, you didn't tell me this chick was sick. I mean, sick, man. Like she had leprosy or TB or something like that. You could just tell by looking at her. I mean, this is the chick you wanted me to play house with, man. I would have wound up in an oxygen tank.
She was faking it, man. What's the matter with you?
You don't fake a fever, man. She was burning up. I could tell.
Yeah, maybe she loved you, Phil.
Look, she was sick as a dog, man, and you better tell your friend that in case she gives you a problem about the fee.
Hey, what fee? Look, I put you on to a good thing, man.
No jokes, Benny. I did this job for one big one, and I want my money tonight.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, look, she's gonna call me in a minute. I'll let you know. And look, all you wanted to do was scare the lady, right? Okay, so you got what you wanted. I think it was worth $1,000.
Young man, you promised me a good deal more than that. You said your friend would, well, you know, that he would violate that cheap little tart. Teach her a lesson.
Yeah, but look, you don't understand. She was sick. I mean, she has some kind of disease or something.
Nonsense. She isn't sick at all. She fooled him. You should have done this yourself instead of getting your friend.
Look, lady, I couldn't do it myself. Saxon knows me. Look, I ain't getting a penny out of this deal myself. My friend gets the whole grand. All I wanted was the satisfaction.
Well, I don't know that I'm satisfied. Where is she now?
He dumped her.
He did what?
He dumped her. In the woods. Hey, maybe she'll never get back.
You fool! We wanted to scare her, not kill her.
Hey, look, lady, this whole thing wasn't my idea.
If she dies, it'll be murder. Don't you realize that?
Murder?